Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Season 2 of So Tell Me with Phil Bhojwanay, the show where questions about society and utter stupidity are based on my mood for the day. My guest today is friend, performer, voice actor, producer, and commercial director Darren Harrison. Darren has directed commercials for some of the biggest TV networks in America, such as NBC, the Food Network, and Discovery Channel, just to name a few. In addition to all of that, he is also a very talented musician. Welcome to the show, Darren. How are you?
I can honestly say I've never had an introduction like that ever in my life. So, bravo. Thanks for having me.
You're more than welcome, my friend. We don't go way back, but we became very good friends, 3 years ago now in Chicago it's been?
Yeah, maybe a little bit more. But, the wild thing was, it was because it was a second city, which is such a big idea and big concept anyway to do improv, but to actually have a writing class, and then within the first hour and a half, I'm going to have to talk to this guy. I'm going to have to find out who he is, because you were just in your own little world, man. You said, I don't write stuff. I just do stuff on my phone. And you tapped out 4 pages of dialogue on your phone. Yeah. I was actually fairly impressed with it.
Yeah. Well, that's what you call improv, my friend.
True laugh.
That is what you call improv, and as was I with your stuff, and we just became friends because I thought to myself, I'm being this older sort of guy that I feel like. I thought to myself, let me go talk to Darren, and we became good friends over there. And what was it? I think the very first day itself, I said, I have nothing to do. I'm coming out. Let's hang out. And we drove all the way back to a bar. Where do you live in Chicago, far out from the city? And we had a drink, and we caught up, and we got to know each other over there. And things just sort of picked up from there, didn't it? And we became good friends.
And I took you to a local bar that just blew your mind. You go, this is another world out here. I said, oh, this is total another world. I know you've been to many countries, but it was another world out here.
Oh my God, I felt so out of place. At some point, I thought I was going to get stabbed, but then I realized how friendly the people were. I was all right. Okay, things were good.
Willow Springs, Illinois, you're not going to get stabbed.
No,
anyway, so how are you, sir?
Wonderful people, good little small town in itself. And what was surprising was that you had a bunch of Indian neighbors walking up and down the garden outside, I think. So that amused me. But so it's very nice to have you on the show, my friend. I want to jump right into a couple of things, actually, because I know from what we've spoken about before that you have a couple of you've had a fairly long career in doing commercials and production and whatnot, and I know that you have a few short stories about some funny production stories. Can you share with the public, the 5 people who watch the show, about some of the stuff that you've done?
5 people that watch it, you'll love this. In this commercial, I'm supposed to shoot people jumping on an airplane, and I was so excited because I thought maybe I'll get to jump too. They said, no, you have to be trained, but we're going to put a parachute on you. I was like, well, how do I use it? They said, don't worry. It automatically goes off if you fall out of the plane at a certain depth and speed. And I thought, well, that's no fun. So I ended up, they jumped out and they went under the plane. And I told the pilot, I said, hey, go around real fast and let me get them. And so she goes, yeah, like that, which was really cool. Well, we hit that certain depth and speed because my parachute went off inside the plane.
Wow.
And and I pushed me against the wall, it shot me against it, and I was looked around, and my parachute is all over the place. And I called the guy and said, so if anybody wants to know, my parachute just went off. And he said, well, don't move. I was like, excellent idea. Wow, smart. I'm thrilled. Thank you. So I end up carrying it back, and I look at the guy, like, excuse me? He goes, man, that's the first time that's ever happened before. It's like, if I hear that one more time, I swear to God. But seriously. It went off inside the plane. And so you never know what you're going to get when you go to productions. That was supposed to be fun, but parachutes in the plane. It's like snakes on the plane.
I was going to say, forget commercial directing, get into stunt directing instead, my friend. I think that was a stunt move right there. You're going to start working with Jackie Chan very soon. Jackie Chan, as the Americans say, and Triple X was out. You need to be in films like this instead with the stuff that goes on in your life.
I'm prepared. Getting in the talent business, you and I have done improv, but I actually auditioned for a show at Second City.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to me, and I don't even know why, I got cast in one of these groups. So like a bucket list thing, man. I'm on the stage for the first time and ever, and after a few classes, and I remember thinking to myself, this is insane. These people are so good. And so the guy said, don't worry, don't go up first.
The reason you were cast,
I'll never go first.
Speaking of Second City, we had some. I had some rather interesting times over there, which I won't bring up. I think but with you and whatnot, the reason why you got chosen and cast in the what do they call it, the improv shows, was because you
Coach
are
ensemble.
the ensembles. That's right. It's because you are just that good. I mean, I don't think you realize how good you actually are. To be honest with you, I mean, speaking of improv and whatnot, if you don't mind, I remember because when we used to hang out, I remember you were very into the music, and you had a lot of musical talent with you. You want to sort of showcase some of the talents right now?
God.
Improv
Okay,
something
well,
on the top of your bald head right now.
I'd be glad to. I wasn't sure if you wanted to do this, but I set the keyboard up in case we did. But so let me just reset here,
Sure.
and I'll give you a little better angle.
Let's get this going, Darren. I mean, I improv, and I'm gonna give. We're gonna do a whose line is it anyway sort of thing over here. I'm gonna give the topic, and you're gonna improv the whole thing on top of your head, aren't you? Aren't you?
I'll give you a short improv song based upon your topic.
All
We'll
right.
do that, okay? So,
Fantastic.
what's your topic?
All right, so I want to get my Alex. Can you just come in the picture for a minute, please? My fellow, my fellow co-producer and musician. Let's get Alex to give you a topic because both of you are musicians. So just name a topic on top of your head, and he's going to improvise the whole song. Then right now, anything you want that comes to mind.
You start off this one, Phil.
What we're gonna do? Two, are we?
You go first. I need a bit of lead.
All right.
You
Well,
put me on the spot.
come on. I do that all the time. But we're gonna have to do one thing only, and I'm gonna put him on the spot. There's only one word in everyone's mind at the moment, and I think he knows what that is. We're gonna go with Trump.
Wow. Okay, Trump. The topic is Trump.
There we go.
Okay. There's a Trump in our house. Everybody's trying to be quiet as a mouse, 'cause he hates the media because of all the things they say to you. Mr. Trump, don't worry, you don't come out in the end. Trust me, the fault is not with CNN.
Well done. There we go. I mean, that was pretty impressive for three. That was we have as comedians.
CNN's been getting killed by him.
He has, hasn't he? But what I mean, I'm not gonna get too much into Trump because I mean, if I do that, I'm gonna go all out with my material. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for that. That was very, very good. Very impressive. Let me ask you something else. I wanted to sort of speaking of Trump and who's a very, very big name. I still remember from about 3 years ago when we used to talk and chat quite often. Every time we used to meet up for a drink, that you had actually worked with a few big names before. Have you? Did you not? With a couple of them, and there was always a story with everything.
Well, the cool thing is that even if you're in a small town or medium town or large town, eventually you're going to work with big names. But I got lucky because my best friend in Indiana, where I lived there, was best friends with Tim Allen growing up. So when he and Tim started this tool company after Tim was on Home Improvement, was like in Santa Claus, he was huge. They had this company, and so I got to be the producer for all the videos for it and commercials. And
Tim Allen, you say?
I got to work with Tim Allen a lot, and the thing is that I just treated him like every actor. I just he had to do his job. He had to hit his lines, hit his marks, just like everything. So I just talked to him like a director. And one time, we were shooting, and he was like a little low key, and his energy was kind of not right. And it's like, hey man, come on, seriously, if we don't pick this up, we're going to be looking like fools right now. Come on, like let's get this thing going, because we got like 10 minutes. So boom, and after that, his agents came over and said, "Oh my God, we're going to talk to him. Oh my God, that guy shouldn't have ever talked to you like that." He goes, "Are you kidding?" He acted like he did his freaking job. He talked to me like a director, and I was so freaked out because I thought I was fired that day. Done, end of story, gone. It was all over. I was like, my boss said, "This isn't going to turn out well for you."
Yeah.
I was like, "Awesome, that's great."
And how many years ago was this?
Thank. But no, I'll tell you what. One time I was I was shooting Larry Bird. I'm not a basketball guy.
Yep.
But I was shooting on Larry Bird's. Huh? I'm sorry.
No, this was delay again.
No, I was gonna say one time I was shooting on Larry Bird's basketball court. It was crazy. Like he is like 18 feet high, and we were shooting stuff with him playing. And I told him, I said, now we're gonna go 1-on-1, and we meet with the camera, and you like try to get around me. He goes, really? You want me to try to get around you? I said, yeah. He said, oh my God. He was around me, I think, in like a millisecond. I didn't even see him go around me.
Wow.
like he's such a so that's you get weird moments like that, you know.
Well, those are the weird ones are the best ones, aren't they? They always make for the best moments. So I mean, I'm pretty impressed. So that's Tim Allen, there's Larry Bird now, and now you've come all the way down to me. I mean, that's a pretty bad, significant drop in success, isn't it?
Phil, there's no one that posts more moments, thoughts of the moment than you. If you're at lunch and your head's working, we're going to see it. That's what I'm sure of. And if you look out the window and see something that rubs you the wrong way, we're going to hear about it. And that's okay. And I love that about you. That is a good thing. Someone needs to be the eye on life. And I bet your engineer is like loving this stuff.
No, he's fallen asleep. He's actually passed out right now. I mean, I think he was drunk from last night, so he drinks every night. No, he's all right. He's looking at me right now with he's like clenching his fists, and he's about to give me a punch in my face. Like, Phil, just get on with the show. Stop abusing me. He's like what Paul Schaefer was to David Letterman for me, and he's like my Andy Richter. I mean, look at his size.
Yeah, but we actually saw them. We actually see them.
Yeah,
usually.
He never wants to get on screen though. He's like, forget this. I mean, Phil's gonna just make fun of me all the time, so he's happy being behind the scenes and then doing stuff over there. But those are some very, very good stories. Speaking of stories and storytelling, you do commercials. That's a form of telling a story, is it not? Now, all of us, we like commercials. We don't like them, but the big thing that comes to mind, the main thing for me with America, is that the Super Bowl. Whenever you have a commercial in the Super Bowl, those are the key moments, just sort of in between the game, are they not? And have you done any for a Super Bowl before? Tell us some of the commercials you've done in your career thus far.
I can say that I have. When I was in Indiana, I produced a commercial that actually aired in the Super Bowl, or was part of it. I directed it, and it was probably one of the highest, most exciting moments, bucket list moments of my life.
Yeah.
Like we're watching the Super Bowl and a spot comes on. It's like that was a pretty big deal. So yeah, it was. It's an insane world. The problem is that some people, they cost, they used to cost $1 million for 30 seconds. Now it's, off the charts. It's millions per 30 seconds. So, some people will try to for instance, this computer right here. 1984, this computer, with the first Mac that ever came out, that computer was released. It was the biggest Super Bowl commercial in the history of time. Steve Jobs did it with the SE30, had a 30 meg hard drive. Anyway, that set the tone for massive commercials, and they bought one spot, and Shy Day, the agency, did it, and it changed the world. From that point on, commercials turned into like an event, and that's when the Super Bowl commercials really took off. I mean, really took off. So that's a big deal. Yeah, man. They always talk about the people always talk about the commercials for Super Bowl, but I watch commercials all the time. If you watch TV with me and you walk away commercials, I'm going to talk to you. Hey, get back here. It's time to watch the commercials.
Yeah.
Dude, we have to watch the commercials.
Well, some of them are very good.
Come on.
So
don't zip, zap, rewind, fast forward, delete.
Wow. So that's commercials to you is your life, pretty much. I mean, it's you did one for I remember that you're an avid golfer, are you not? You play golf, you watch golf, and you shoot commercials for NBC. I think you did. This was just not even more than about a year or two ago, I think. I remember seeing something that you had posted, and it was an NBC. It was a golfing event, and how was that? I mean, those are always fun, are they not? I mean, the Australian Open's going on right now over here, so perhaps one day a commercial for them?
Yeah, man. I tell you what, being a director of spots, if you have a niche, I love to play golf, right? So, shooting golf is like an extension. So I went on this one trip once where we were shooting this marketing video for the golf courses in northern Michigan.
Yeah.
So we decided the only way we could shoot it is if we played every course. So like we have played 105 holes in 1 week, and we shot 2 videos. Like usually you don't have time, 20 minutes to yourself. But we decided like the only way we're going to shoot this is this we actually play every course. So we talked to our bosses. We played for 5 days, and we shot video. We had a golf cart with the gear and a whole setup, and it was fabulous, man. Like we always have these rigs where you put it on, like one's on a golf cart, one's on a boat. I was shooting out of a helicopter once with speedboats off the island of Bimini, and the helicopter, it's a seat outside this Huey, and these brackets go in. And so you're sitting out like a turret, and the camera's outside the helicopter. Well, he did this bank, and my seat released from its brackets and went down the brackets outside the helicopter about 3 feet before it stopped. And suddenly I went, oh! And I'm like, I'm hanging outside the helicopter. Actually outside the helicopter. I'm no longer in the helicopter. Someone needs to get me back inside the helicopter.
Get Jackie Chan online.
And I feel this jerk back. I go back. Oh my God. I was so freaked out. For a second, I just saw myself going like this. I mean, like, could we fix these things? It scares the crap out of me.
All right, someone get Jackie Chan on the phone right now. Get this guy a gig in Hong Kong. I mean, he deserves one for stuff like that. Come on, you got to give the guy something. He needs a stuntman gig right now. This is stuff that hanging out of a helicopter. I mean, this is what is this? Fast and the Furious Part 9? Got a delay again. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last part.
I said.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear the last part.
Yeah, even we got a delay. I said, I mean, get this guy a gig in Hong Kong. I mean, you should be working with Jackie Chan at the moment with those kind of things going on in your life, hanging out of helicopters and stuff like that. I mean, get you a role in Fast and the Furious right now. That's what we need for you.
Yeah, we need it. I'm looking that this podcast is going to change my career. Honest to God, this is the transition from anonymity to stardom. This is where it starts, man.
Definitely going to change your career, but in the wrong
I'm
way.
Everything on you.
This is going to change your career for sure. It's going to go from there to here. That's what's going to happen. So, if you can accept that, by all means, my friend. You want to talk about good careers? Let me tell you something, my friend. I know so many stories about you, and I remember them because speaking of an illustrious career. Your daughter works for Ellen DeGeneres, does she not? I remember you telling me that, and you were on the Ellen show as well. And you got VIP seating. You got to meet Ellen, and you were invited to dance as well. I remember that. Now, tell me about this.
I'm very fortunate. My daughter carried on my footsteps, and now she got a promotion. Now she's one of 7 associate producers. So
wow.
Now she's like in the upper ranks, like even higher. So yeah, I went out and see the show, and it's funny. I mean, this is really funny because they have these giveaways. Oprah used to have giveaways, so everybody has giveaways now, right? So
yeah.
Like I'm on Ellen and go, we're gonna get a giveaway. Oh, I'm so excited! I'm sure we're gonna get a giveaway. So. Nicole Kidman comes out and she's promoting her movie, and so the giveaway that day was 2 tickets to see the movie Paddington the Bear. Are you kidding? I mean, that's the gift. Oprah gave away cars and trucks and boats.
Yeah.
I get 2 tickets to see Paddington the Bear. The next year, however, the giveaway was a king-size mattress, and now that was a prize.
That's something.
That's a prize.
That's something you can actually have fun on.
I mean, okay, Paddington the Bear or king size mattress.
How about both? The bear on the bed together. How about that?
You get Paddington the Bear on the bed. Now you're talking about a movie. That's a movie.
It's called Ted 3. And you have a TED talk for that.
You be Paddington. I'll be the bear.
You know what? I'll be the director. We'll get Alex to be the bear. And we'll get Mark Wahlberg to come in and Seth MacFarlane as well. How's that? Paddington the Bear, Jesus Christ! I mean, come on, that was just sad.
Rocks, and she was just at the Golden Globes, man. They were like talking about me and her, the Ellen show. She's like so big, she's bigger than life. And my daughter, her office is like 20 feet from her. So like, I love that joint. I know everybody works on the show. It's a badass show.
I mean,
so we're 7 steps from Kevin Bacon and Ellen. You realize that, right?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, if you're only 7 steps away, you should be taking those 7 steps in a tango move and sort of moving your body towards either or of the shows. And because you were dancing on there anyway, so you might as well have made some move while you were at it. I mean, because the Ellen Show is so lighthearted, and I think people enjoy that lack of political undertone that she has to the show. It's just fun, and I don't get the dancing thing though. But how was that? I mean, was that is that part and parcel of the gig? I mean, that she sort of she just loves to come out there with them and bust a few moves, and I know you do the same thing in a stunt way. So, did you pull off any stunts over there? If you know what I mean?
Okay, so on the Ellen Show, before she comes out for 40 minutes, they're playing music and everybody's dancing in their seats like you're literally dancing on your seat for 40 minutes. It's insane, and your heart rate. So when time she gets out there, you're like so pumped you could like do a lap around the building. So I'm dancing my seat, and they keep taking these hot chicks out in front of the audience to dance on the stage one at a time, and they're out there for like 10 minutes, and they're blah. And so this one chick grabbed the guy that was picking and said, "Get this guy," because I was kicking some moves out where I was doing it. Yeah. And before he knows it, he said, "Come with me." I said, "Why?" He goes, "You're up next." It's like, really? Because my daughter is going to die. He said, "Why?" She goes, "I think she's in the control room, and if I start dancing on stage, she's gonna die.
She's going to walk away."
All right, well, let's go. And so I went up there, and I was like, suddenly I was dancing on stage, on the Ellen stage by myself in front of the entire audience, thinking to myself, I wonder if my daughter saw me. And she says, "Oh yeah, Dad, you were on 27 monitors from 5 different angles." I looked up, and all I could see was you dancing. I was like, and I was like, I'm just thinking to myself, just don't bust a move that you can't do. Don't bust a move you can't do. And I didn't. And she said at the end of the dance, everybody in the control room stood up, and clapped for her because they saw me and they knew who I was. And so I said, thank God it was okay. But I got to dance on the Ellen Show. And then Ellen came out. She said, good looking people, nice dancers. And she looked at me and she went, I was like, yeah, okay, I'm in.
You got the thumbs up. You got the thumbs up from Ellen. There you go.
I mean, mic drop, close the gates. I mean, it's over. I mean, that's all you can hope for.
That's where it ends. You ended that on a high note, did you not? I mean, that's what you call ending on a high note.
I know.
High musical note, perhaps.
What? Yeah, it was good.
Amazing.
It was lovely talking with you, Phil Bhojwanay.
Well, he got my last name wrong, but that's comedic entertainment.
I know.
Right there
I was practicing it all day. I still can't say it.
It's all right. It doesn't matter. But you know what? Whatever it is, it's all good, my friend. I mean, you seem to be doing very, very well. I'm very happy to see that and hear you doing very well. But before I close up the show, I always have a last question that I ask every single guest of mine, and that is, as a society, what were we, what are we now, and what do you see us going into the future? This is the philosophy part of the show, hence the name Phil. Come on, you got to get into this right now.
Okay, what were we? We were a hungry world. You want the serious answer or
I want an improv answer.
Okay. Well, what were we? Well, we were little slugs in a small pond that tried to figure out where the light was. What are we? Our slugs in a small pond trying to figure out where the light was. And where we're going? We're probably going to be better slugs in a better pond, still looking for the light. So there we're done.
There we go. That can you improvise like that? I mean, who else can improvise the way that he did? He just gave you 3 one-liners and the same thing from the past, present, and the future. Probably it just went full circle. I love it. The laziest ever answer I've heard in episode, what are we, 17 today? 17th guest and the laziest one of the lot. But my favorite guest of all because he's a very good friend of mine. And on that note, my friend, I'm going to sign off. I thank you for coming on the show.
Love you, Phil.
Likewise, my friend. And let's chat soon again. Take care, my friend.
I look forward to it. Bravo,
Likewise.
baby. Hey, nice seeing you all. Have a great day.
You too, my friend. Take care. Thank you. World class. Cheers, mate. Thank you.